Friends, thank you for joining us once more for Tales of Throssia. This is our very second episode. We're so happy you chose to join us this evening. You may notice we are trying a new table setup tonight. We're very excited about that. We are very excited about all of the things. So let's talk through business. First of all, we want to say thank you primarily to the Hive Collaborative, who is the benefactor of Tales of Throssia. Woo! They make this show possible, and we appreciate it. Next on the docket, we also want to throw out another thank you to tabletopaudio.com, who is providing us with our background and ambiances for this evening that we'll have during the game. And I'm a little high and dry for announcements, folks. So you guys have anything?
I think the less announcements, the better, right?
I mean, probably.
Should we think?
I mean, people are so used to Zoom calls these days. We want it to feel a little more official, a little more regulated.
We need to show off our miniatures at some point. Like get some.
You know what?
Like,
Let's take a minute. Should we take a minute right now? All right. We're gonna bust out technology.
AKA
and hope for good things.
What
so,
technology?
If my bud's up in the booth, and by buds I mean bud, singular, would give me the power to use this. Give me the power. All right. All right. First of all, we have here Sarzi. Oh, geez, let's make
Technically,
it look.
Sarzi.
Sarzi, thank you.
So close.
We need a little better lighting on this.
Do you want me to get in there with my, my phone?
There we go.
All right,
Check that out. That's our beloved gnome wizard and her owl familiar right there.
Her face isn't actually melting off, only on the mini.
Only on the mini.
Oh, you're adding some lighting?
Just a little dramatic lighting.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I like it. Check that out. Okay, that's
Check that
Sarzi. My apologies, and thank you for the correction. Let's bring up our next friend. We have here, oh, that's Nate in the background. Say hi, Nate.
Hi.
He's helping.
Hi, Nate.
Baird J. Logie.
That's me.
Check out that guy. Look at those boots.
That jaunty pose.
That jaunty pose. Look at those brass buttons that Logan painted.
Oh, look how beautiful.
Individually. Whoa.
Individually painted brass buttons, folks.
Hey,
Nothing but the best
pop.
for you.
You gotta pop.
And because we just had Baird, let's bring up his friend. Boss!
Oh,
Boss!
The boss himself.
Good puppy.
Yeah. He's the best metal pupper who's ever pupped.
Oh, I love him.
All right.
No.
My character doesn't like him, but I love him.
Moving down the line.
Ooh.
I almost said senor, and I don't know why. We have Yuri Prospero.
Look at those.
Ow!
Look at those golden pantaloons.
Look at that top hat.
One right at his feet.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
Dice on
Oh,
that
man.
one.
That's awesome.
And his
Fitting.
flesh-colored tail holding his arcane focus.
That's amazing.
Weird, huh?
Flesh-colored tail.
All right, and ladies and gentlemen, don't judge her. She's not an underachiever. She just wasn't feeling well when we were painting. Here we have Petra.
Yeah, but she looks cool.
She's awesome.
I love her.
Could you have
Gigantic
gotten a bigger axe?
Yeah.
Could you have?
Are you jealous?
think
Look at that detail. Thank you, Hero Forge, for,
Yes.
Yes.
for being a sponsor.
For being an unofficial sponsor of our stream, HeroForge.com. Soon to be sponsor of Tales of Throssia.
See, I think there's going to be a before and after, and it's just going to be
There
more
you go.
dramatic.
Before and after. I like
That's
that.
it, yeah.
All right. I'm relinquishing cell phone camera for the time being. All right. Now that that's out of the way. All right. Nate, am I forgetting anything, or is it just time to start the show? Intros for everybody. We should introduce everybody. We're still a pretty darn new stream. Mackenzie, you want to take us off again?
Hi, I'm Mackenzie. I go by Mac. I'm playing Petra, the unpainted miniature, and I'm really excited to be here. Okay, I'm playing a Warforged cleric.
Oh, yeah, I should probably say what I am playing. Hi, I'm Logan. I go by Logan, and I am playing Baird, who is an artificer, a battlesmith to be exact. First time playing this type of class, so it's a little fun, a little different. That's me.
Spicy.
I'm Sean Hunter. I am playing Yuri Prospero, our favorite tiefling wild magic sorcerer. I'm really excited that it is blazer and sweater weather, so I'm rocking that.
Yeah.
You're gonna see a new blazer every week, baby.
Wow.
I'm
Part of me
Ria.
wanted to say that I was going to take your hand-me-downs the week after, but I'd have to slim down a bit first. Oh, sorry to interrupt.
No, no worries.
It's too bad you couldn't see that.
Please ignore the shoes that briefly appeared on stream.
It's like Metal Gear Solid up in here.
Wow, how can I live up to that? I'm Ria. I'm playing Pooji, Rosina, Boomblade, Sarzi, Metal Fingers, Tuber Launcher, etc., etc., etc.
Right.
I live and breathe tabletops and D&D and role-playing and writing and gaming and everything in between, so this is like the most exciting thing that's ever happened to me in my month, in my life, maybe, but you know, yeah.
Awesome. And I will remember to introduce myself this week because last week I forgot. My name is Steve Newman. I'm also happy to be here and get to play this awesome game with these fine folks. I work here at the Hive and I do lots of gamey things. Yep. So, okay, how was that, Nate? We introduced ourselves. We good?
Cool, yeah.
Totally good.
All right. Well, in that case, let's talk about where we last left our group of heroes. We're not going to worry about audio. All right, when we last left the four of you, you were standing in the village square of Kilkenny, and you had just met the mayor, which sounds exciting, except for the part where you handed over a letter from the guardian of Clan Malthior, known as Java.
Java.
Upon reading said letter, the mayor ordered you all to be arrested.
Classic,
Yeah.
really.
Not cool.
And when you questioned as to the cause of this arrest, you saw that the letter basically entailed her delivering you as he requested, since their village has been under attack by strange metal people, so they say. And frankly, Baird, you're just a really good suspect. You're the only known person to have created metal people.
We need a sad tuba.
Yeah. Yeah.
Java's the worst.
Sorry, before we begin, could you give a little recap, like how many people are present in this? Is this just us and the mayor?
All right, so you're in the town square. There were people around manning market stalls and shopping in said market stalls. And then beyond that, they called over a group of what I believe ended up being 10 city guards to come and escort you. Yeah, started out with 3, they called us 7 more, as well as the mayor. And as this hustle and bustle is going on, you hear from across the square the gentle sound of wood on stone, tapping, gently drawing closer. And you can see, as you begin to look in this direction, that there is, between the heads of the crowd and the people around you, a staff, but no one next to it that you can see coming closer and closer. And as it gets closer to the people around look down and step aside and cease talking amongst themselves, cease their chatter, until the guards themselves part ways, and you can see a halfling clad in green walking with a very tall staff, about twice as tall as himself.
Aw.
And he looks around at all of you and turns to the mayor and says, "And what have these ones done who've just arrived? What wrong could they have delivered to you?" And the mayor, looking a bit taken aback and suddenly a bit out of sorts, says, "Well, we're arresting them because this man is the creator of these metal beings who've been terrorizing our city."
I'm no such thing.
You are.
No, I'm not. Come on, Yuri.
Well, We don't know where you've been these last year or so.
Well, I can hardly see how that would be the case. They've only just arrived in town.
That's true.
And you see that he looks at you, and you notice that from one moment to the next, he's seated himself. And where was once just cobblestone, he's now sitting on a stump that wasn't there just a few moments ago.
I say, that's a neat trick. Could you teach me that one, maybe?
An inquisitive mind. That's a valuable attribute. But I have a question for all of you. Tell me, what is the meaning of balance?
Light and dark. Perfect symmetry.
Sometimes you push, sometimes you pull.
What goes around comes around.
Not too much, not too little. Ebb and flow. Entropy, as it were. I don't understand the concept, but I love the word entropy.
Ah, a scientific approach.
I suppose. I am the greatest wizard in Throssia.
Oh, a fellow wizard then. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes.
Interesting. I might call it the natural order of things, where things tend to go when best left alone. There's a great deal more to it than that, but I'm always curious to know what people would say. It's a large question.
It's a little vague, and frankly, we don't have enough context to be able to properly answer it.
Oh, but that's what makes it a good question.
I think that's debatable. Regardless, who are you?
Oh, well, my name's Brisby Birdsfoot Trefoil. It's a pleasure to make all of your acquaintance.
Lovely.
It's very
Cheers.
And you can see that there's shuffling of feet and discomfiture among these guards who are still very close to your person and the mayor, yet for whatever reason, they're, at least for the moment, deferring.
And Mr. Trefoil, you see, as you already become aware, we're very new to town here. We're not entirely sure who everybody is, but may I inquire who you are in relation to this entire town? I've noticed everybody is treating you with a sort of respect.
Oh, I don't know if I'd call it respect. You see, grief is an uncomfortable guest, and yet a loyal companion with whom I walk every day. But to better answer your question, you asked who I am. I am a local wizard. I live just outside of town. I've lived here for many, many years. And I heard a very strange wind and saw a wagon moving very peculiarly into town. And so I came to see what was afoot.
Oh, yes, my sinuses were acting up something terrible. I'm afraid I've never been this close to the coast, so I must be allergic to something. Yes.
Oh, well, that's dreadful.
Does Sarzi know anything about this gentleman?
Roll perception. Well, you want to know if you already know, or do you want to see what you can discern?
What I already know.
History, please.
History. Let's get historical. Let's just double checking. 16.
16. So, you know that there are various wizards and other magical practitioners all across the continent of Throssia. This is not a name you've necessarily heard before, but judging by his demeanor, the things that he's told you, the idea of the local wizard is not a foreign idea. So if you're particularly familiar with the city of Kilkenny, it's possible you would have heard his name, but it wouldn't carry any tremendous historical weight.
You are saving our lives. Why?
Oh, I hardly think I'm saving your lives.
Yeah,
I came to see what was going on and ask a question or two.
I wouldn't jump the gun so early on that. We're still in quite a pickle. Now, you're talking about the natural order of things. Could you perhaps naturally bring about some order to the situation here? As far as I see it, we're still possibly going to be ending up in shackles. So I'd like to know if you could help us out of this situation.
Frankly, I feel a little disadvantaged myself because Yuri and I have nothing to do with these two. We came from the local college, and we've been working there for the last year or so.
The mayor begins to interject and says, Now see here, Brisby, see here. And Brisby simply just turns. I just have another question or two, if you don't mind. And the mayor looks a bit uncomfortable and says, you can ask questions, that's fine, but I need to see them to where they need to be. Fair enough.
You can see us now. Is this not where we should be?
I have one more question for all of you. Why is it important for the Clan of Malthior to come back?
Well, I believe that is at the core of the balance of the Hex, unless I'm very greatly mistaken.
As we all know, Hex stands for 5, and with only 4 clans leading and spearheading campaigns, the Hex is incomplete. But with a 5th clan retaking its name and, its destiny, it's very important for the balance of the Hex to be restored.
Yes, it's called the Hextant, not the Quadrant.
Yes,
Very astute.
The 5 clans and Galivor himself. It's true.
I believe that Malthior on his own is searching for something possibly dangerous or ambitious. Malthior needs help, needs a team. The team brings out the best in him, in the clan.
And you, sir?
I am both outraged that I am being to blame for these attacks, as if I've got my own factory and I'm just producing constructs day and night. I've made one creation. Am I to be blamed for that?
2.
You also need the dog.
Well, but it's a dog. It's not a humanoid that's attacking, which is what I'm being accused of being the perpetuator of. I came here on good faith to bring about some peace, some justice, and instead, those that I'm coming to help want to throw me in a cell.
Can I do a perception check on him while he's listening to all of us answer?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Come on. Oh, is it a 6? What is it?
6.
It is a 6. That would be a 10.
What a strange and peculiar little halfling.
He is a weird man.
He's vested in green, he seems intently curious, and he seems sad.
Do you mind if we ask you a question?
I suppose it's only fair.
What happened to you?
Well, as your friend pointed out a moment ago, the rage of men can be a terrible thing.
What did you lose?
Mayor, tell me again, what it is they say about those who attacked the village and how they appeared? And the mayor turns. Well, they say that they're human-looking beings made of metal, like this one, and that they come in the night. And what else do they say? That they attack the people. What did they look like, Mayor? They said it was golden metal. And does she look like she's made of gold to you?
She takes off her hood.
No. Well, then I have a suggestion for you, Mr. Mayor. Perhaps you should take these folk in as guests. And if the attacks continue while they're under your watch, it cannot be them.
If I may interject as well, we are here to assist you with the problem of these humanoid, metalloid things. Therefore, we would still prefer to honor that deal and that agreement on our part. We were told that we were to assist you, and that's our expectation.
Well, I wouldn't lie if I'm not to say that I'm having second thoughts about that.
I would second that motion.
You can see the mayor turns and gestures Stan, the guard, closer, and has a hushed, whispered conversation.
Well, Yuri
several
and I
points during that conversation.
Can I listen? Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead and try it. They look at you and gesture several times, but go ahead and roll perception to see if you can hear anything.
Listening. It's 13.
13.
Yeah.
You hear the word golden mentioned a time or two,
Okay.
and then they're gesturing at you periodically and shaking their heads.
Can Orbis try and listen in? Because he's got that owl hearing.
Does he get advantage on that? I know he
think
gets advantage on sight.
Sight.
It's a perception.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
He can definitely roll
You can read
perception.
lips.
I just don't know if he gets advantage.
Wait, let me double check. I'll at least roll.
Go ahead and roll.
That's an 11.
An 11.
I still forgot to. 5, 8. Owl.
Advantage on checks that rely on hearing or sight.
Ooh, yes. Okay. So I
And you
get
know what
another-
modifier is added to that 11?
Yeah.
That's a 12, actually. A
11.
12 plus
Here.
3, 40, 15.
15. Orbis, and as you share his senses, also overhears the words golden and perhaps not, and we don't want to be rash.
If I might make a casual observation, I might say that if we are to be the accused, we are a rather convenient accusant. But as we all know, that Malthior is not the clan of convenient answers, so the whole thing doesn't reek of a truth to me.
Yes, if I was the one behind this, if I'm some mastermind attacking your village, then tell me, why do I nonchalantly walk into your town as if I'm here to buy the daily bread, huh?
On top of that, it just seems like this is all happening pretty quickly, and you don't want to make any snap decisions or anything along those lines.
Perhaps the evidence at hand was a bit circumstantial. You see the countenance of the mayor kind of slump. His political polish vanishes from a moment to the next. I'm sorry, it's just been a really terrible few weeks. And everyone's on edge, and more than anything, people just want answers.
That I can understand. No, after you.
That's very kind, creator.
Just talk already.
Mr. Mayor, I am down for your science experiment. If we stay near you and the attacks happen again, we can prove our innocence. Also, follow-up question.
Yes.
What information did Java promise you? What was this deal that was happening?
Well, we reached out to the Hexen for help with our current situation. And Java apparently brought forth the knowledge that there was one in her clan who was known to create human-esque beings of metal. And once that information came forward, we wanted that person brought to justice.
And
so
what was she getting out of this deal?
it was not a deal. She simply offered to make sure that you were brought here so that
Oh, there's
justice
always
could
a
be done.
deal. I think here it's Clan Malthior looks a little bit more promising at the end of the day. But
Well, I'm no stranger to politics myself, so I would say that's probably accurate.
if I might ask, though, you're saying that in all these days and all of these attacks at night, you've not once been able to capture or destroy one of these humanoid constructs? Not a single one?
No. We've lost a few of our guards in the effort.
Oh dear.
Would you allow me to examine the bodies?
I would.
At least we know it is not just story.
It's very decent of you all to consider coming and helping us, giving the welcome you received. I want you to know that I appreciate it.
I say, no harm done.
So if
Technically, this is none of our faults anyway, yours either. This is the fault of the person who originally made the proposal.
We might have to have a jolly good chat with Java when we get
Yes.
back, but in the meantime, we would be happy to offer any assistance, provided that you share some of your rustic hospitality with us.
Yes, perhaps some good room and board tonight.
We can see to that. Absolutely.
Capital.
And then from one moment to the next, you hear, well, it seems that I have no more utility here, and I think I'll be on my way. I have to say I'm a good bit surprised at the lot of you wanting to stay and help out these who treated you so poorly just a moment ago.
Oh, no harm done, but I think we all enjoy a good mystery. I'm sure that you can say the same, being a man of your intellect.
Mr. Trefoil, where can we find you in case we wanted to meet with you again?
I live in the hills, in the forest, just north of town.
Are you
Keep that in mind.
talking like you?
Your accent,
She's a
you know.
vocal chameleon.
That's
Right.
terribly flattering.
Just trying to learn. Mr. Brisby, are you part of Clan Talum, based on your robes?
Oh, yes. For many, many years.
What has been your experience with Clan Malthior?
In the days gone by, I thought you ought to be rather ambitious,
Thank you.
and that can be a sword that has two edges. But like any weapon, it depends on the skill of the one wielding it. And the intent.
Very
I
true.
hate to bother you once more. I have one more inquiry. It's regarding a couple of ambassadors that passed likely through here or around this area within the last day or two. They would have come from Aria and Krieg and what's
Veneta.
Veneta.
Veneta, yeah.
Yes. Aria,
Lovely
Krieg, and
purple.
Veneta. Have you or your familiar seen anyone
I've
like
not
that?
been through town for more than a week, so
Interesting. Perhaps they came from somewhere else.
well, you'd be better served asking these folks here.
Yes, I suppose.
I largely keep to myself, as I'm sure they'd tell you.
Well,
But that said, and he takes a step closer and leans in, I'd be cautious around this town full of bigots and distrustful folk, as you've already seen. Good day. And he starts walking off to the north.
Yuri's going to use prestidigitation to turn his robes green. Tara for Talum!
Ah! And he keeps walking.
No, I like this.
Yeah, for the remainder of my time here, as wherever we are being escorted to or walking, I've removed my crossbow from my back and I'm carrying it.
Okay. The mayor, holding out his hand, says, I can help see that you get decent room and board for the evening. I would like to apologize again. I would like to put you up in my home this evening,
Oh,
We
really?
would be
if
honored.
that would be all right.
Can you use an insight check?
Yeah.
It's a 6. Oh, no, wait. It's a... Because that
might
is
be
a
an
12.
8.
It's an 18.
Oh, what? Well, that's a little disparity
Yeah,
there.
it's
that's a
hard
12.
to see. Yeah, I thought it was a 2.
Rolled a
I was
2.
like, I'm sorry, your
12
modifier
not a
is what? Okay, so you rolled an 18 total
Yes.
on your insight check.
Yeah.
All right. He seems like a man who's been under a really good deal of stress. He seems uneasy. He seems like he's trying.
Not hostile towards us.
You're
though.
not getting hostility. You're
Great.
getting flustered, a bit unsure,
Excellent.
and like he's just
desperate.
worried about a lot of things.
Yeah. Cool.
And the other townsfolk regarding him, like, they respect this man. Like, I can see...
Roll me perception.
8.
8. As you look around, people are definitely watching, and observing. You have a hard time getting a read on the crowd.
Ooh. Petra wants to take... perceiving the crowd, she wants to see if she takes a few steps towards a town member, just anybody, like how they react to her.
So you turn and start taking a few steps, and you see a mother and their child, and they've just been watching this exchange. And she wraps her hands a little more around the shoulders and takes a tiny step back. I would wager, based on your personal experience, you would have a hard time saying that this had anything to do with being Clan Malthior and being the kind of being that no one's really seen before.
Yeah.
Who has a really big axe. So there's that.
She puts on her hood again.
I say, do we have anyone out in the crowd who's gotten a good look at any of these metal fellows? Not present
I did.
included. Yes, you.
I
sir.
did.
Step up.
I saw him. I did. He was a tall chap.
Tall chap.
Gold.
Gold. I'm going to cast minor illusion to kind of do a suspect sketch of what he's describing. Tall fellow, gold. Yes.
There was 2 of them.
2 of them. I can only do 1 at a time.
There was 3 of them.
3 of them. I'm going to have to make them smaller to fit inside a 5-foot cube.
No, don't worry about it. Starzy will also cast minor illusion to put one right next to it.
All right. Yes. Anything else?
He had terrible big red eyes
Red eyes.
glowing out into the night.
What shade? Could you be more specific? Are we talking a puce or a burgundy or a...
Tomato red.
Tomato. Oh, yes. Ooh. Anyone hungry? A bit hungry.
The red eyes just
A
kind of
bit.
bug out
A
like
bit.
an owl's.
Right. Weapons, did you see?
Oh, yeah. Must have been a sword. He had a sword.
Yes.
Is he spinning a tale right now?
Roll me insight.
This guy. This sounds very 13.
13. You're noticing some rolling eyes from the local guard,
Okay.
even people on the square.
I think we've heard about enough of that.
Right. How does it look?
It was a bit more fearsome.
Fearsome.
Very pointy.
Right.
At
It
parts.
looks like it's being drawn by a crayon.
Try to just the
magical
horns a little more.
Right,
Are those,
yes.
Are those horns
Bigger
or those
teeth,
ears?
yes. How about that? Yes. Some stink lines coming off of it as well.
Could be I wasn't close enough to
Right.
but
yes.
probably.
How did you get away?
Oh, I was a good ways off. I was far. I didn't want to get any closer than I was for a good reason.
You were far away, but you were able to tell that it had red eyes.
They glowed like fire into the night.
Yes. Well, there's a good chap. Very brave of you. I'm going to toss him a gold.
Oh, he fumbles it. He picks it up. Thank you, sir.
And cheers.
Pockets it, smiling, very pleased with himself.
I think you just paid off the village idiot.
Well,
Did you say that loud enough for?
No, that was more an aside.
Okay, that's fine.
well, one has to earn one's bread somehow.
Do you know of any place that builds primarily with gold?
No, and I don't know why you would. It's extremely expensive, and gold is not very formidable. It's
I can say.
it's breakable. It's silly.
If you wouldn't mind, please follow me. The mayor.
Yes,
chooses.
of course.
Yeah.
Lead the way, by all means.
And so he leads you up the street to a larger, not ostentatious, but again, slightly a cut above the average home that you've seen as you've been walking through town. And you walk inside. It's comfortable and generally pleasant. And he walks you down a room at the end of a hallway, and he says, "You're all welcome to stay here. If you need anything, the kitchen's just down the hall. We'll be eating soon.
Oh.
You're all welcome to join us."
Oh, yes, please.
I don't eat food, but thank you.
That talk of tomatoes has got me rather esurient, peckish a bit.
Do you have a dictionary on you?
What's that?
Oh, all right.
Book with lots of words. You'd love it. I'm going to immediately check the room for, I just want to see, what kind of views do I get from the windows? Are they barred? I'm just doing, a full scan of
Perception.
this place. Oh, natural 20.
Oh, snap. Okay.
That's a 25.
This is a guest room. There are no bars on the windows.
Aw.
Your door only locks from the inside.
Okay.
That you
Oh.
can tell.
Jolly decent of it.
It's a reasonably okay room. I mean, with a roll like that, it's been 3 to 4 weeks since they've had a guest last, and you're confident of that. The bed sheets are a little out of style, but not distasteful.
I'm gonna take one of the bed sheets and rip it off, not even asking any of these people if that's okay or not. And I throw it on the ground. I go, hit, and I have Boss curl up and lay down on the blanket.
Oh, that's a good pooch. Good thing he doesn't shed egg.
No.
Does he need blankets?
I like to accommodate him from time to time, and maybe you can have some more blankets sent up to our room.
I'll look into that. Thank you.
Petra goes right for the window, looking at the view. She wants to see what she can see if she was to just stare out the window all night.
Okay. You get a view of just a portion of the town. It's not blocked by a house immediately next to it.
Sweet.
You've got a bit of a view of some streets, a local inn a ways down.
Cool.
So you can do some looking out. And the mayor says, look, I appreciate again I appreciate your understanding. I'm sorry that I behaved as I did, given the current situation. People just really want things to be normal again.
Yes, that's all said and good. When will I be able to examine these bodies that you've promised?
After you eat, I'll have Stan take you to where they're, well, I'm not sure if they've been interred, but I'll have Stan see to it.
Very well.
The last thing that I would ask you, I want you to have free range to speak with people in town, ask the questions you need to ask. If you can help us with this, if you can figure out why it's happening or who's responsible. As you found out today, it's difficult to get good information from, at times, unreliable eyewitness accounts. The only consistent things have been, they look like large men, the numbers vary in the telling, gold and metal.
Do you have a badge that will prove I am a good guy? Maybe like that I could flash.
He walks
people.
over to a desk that's in the room. He pulls out a piece of paper, gets a quill, and begins writing. He says, if anyone gives you a difficult time, you can simply show them this, and they'll know that you're on my errand. Oh, and he unfolds it and lets you read it.
Oh,
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
And it basically explains, like, these have been selected by the Hexant to help us. Given our situation, please help them as you can. Give them any information
Okay,
that might be helpful in
Put
their
your
investigation.
fingerprint on it. Just in case. Just in case.
I think his signature should be enough.
Well, if people can't read, you gotta go for pictures.
I have a crest, and he pulls out. He has one of those rings with the wax seal
Ooh,
thing.
so
signet.
Dips
fancy.
signet ring. Thank you.
Jolly.
Yeah.
Dips a little bit of the wax, mushes it in there. Mayor seal on the bottom of the letter.
Petra takes it.
Well, like as I said, I'll be eating soon, but I would much appreciate it if you would begin your investigation. I will reach out to Stan and see that he gets in touch with you soon.
Wonderful.
All right.
Well, jolly good.
And so you pass a pleasant, not necessarily uber fancy, but a very pleasant, homely meal in the home of the mayor with his family. And then after you've broken bread and shared this time together, Stan enters the room. Mayor, you wanted me to show them a few things, as he looks and sees the mayor's wife and child. You can tell he chooses his words carefully. Yes, Stan, if you'd take them so that they can begin their investigation, that would be most helpful. So Stan gestures to you and walks you down the streets of town. And as you're walking along, he says, I hope there's no hard feelings.
Oh, no, not at all, not at all.
Oh, I like to get threatened of imprisonment every time I enter a new town, of course, yes.
Petra just stares at him.
Might be a little put off, but I suppose we'll just get over it.
I say, where's Reggie? I liked him.
Oh, Reggie, he's off duty.
Oh dear.
But I'm sure we'll see him again.
Now, I say, could you tell us when was the most recent attack?
Ooh, and where?
That would be 3 days back.
3 days.
And I'll take you around. And he walks you to the southern edge of town, where the buildings get a little more sparse. And just outside of a farmhouse, he walks you over to where there's some very gentle gouges in the ground. Nothing too dramatic, and he said, the attack was here, or so we believe. We weren't able to get here in time.
Yes. Yes. What sort of buildings are around the scene of the crime? Or the scene of the attack?
These are more residential.
Okay.
This is like the small town part of a smaller town.
Okay.
Can
Fairly.
Sarsi,
Sorry, go ahead.
can Sarsi kind of like sniff around a little bit, try and just gain more information on like the style of attack or anything like that?
You can roll either perception or survival.
Okay. They're both bad. Let's go.
Awesome.
Ooh, did I say bad? I meant that's a 21.
Oh,
Whoa.
snap! Which one you rolling?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, they're the same?
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me one.
Perception.
Perception, all right.
Cool.
You can see that there looks to be heavy footfalls in the earth. It's a bit difficult to tell, but that's a really good roll. You can tell that there were some larger footsteps, and then you see what looks almost as if small gouges in the dirt.
Or like a hand?
And how big are the footsteps?
Could be.
Like,
To you and your perspective, they're very large. Although you're well experienced with humans and people who are more of that size, this would be a pretty large person.
Has there been any rain since the attacks occurred? Is it like soft mud, or is it?
No rain since then.
And those that I take it were killed at this location, were they?
The only ones who've been killed have been guards who tried to intercede.
so it's abducting people.
Yes, but so they have successfully kidnapped people. There
Yes.
are people missing.
Yes, there's about 9 at this point.
Is there-
Okay, this
I don't mean to
changes.
sound rash here, but people of importance.
Are there any
I
pattern
understand the
elements?
value of life and everything, but what I'm getting at here is, a nobleman versus a farmer.
I'm no philosopher and not foreign to asking questions to find out things. Most of them are just good common folk.
Okay.
Is there pattern as far as age, gender?
Looks, race.
Occupation.
All of them have been adults. We've had more men than women, but both. Little John here worked the farm. He was the most recent.
Rather stout fellows, would you say?
Just folk, no particular social standing, but
Have they ever killed one of the folks they were after?
I certainly hope not.
Just guards.
Anyone ever gotten away? Lived to tell the tale? They attempted to take someone? No.
No.
They have always been successful.
Where else have they abducted people?
I'll show you where the one before this was.
Yes,
And he
please.
walks you maybe a quarter mile down the road. A different home. This one's not a farm, but he shows you back in a little animal pen that they have around the back. We heard screams back here, and by the time we came, Mr. and Mrs. Baker were both gone.
Oh dear.
I'd like to make a perception check to see, are these locations that we're being brought to, they are like isolated, like separate from where guards would be? Like, do these seem to be very deliberate, planned out attacks?
So as you get more information from the guard about where each of these things have occurred, the greater portion of them have been the southern periphery of town. The guards would not have generally had a presence here But as things have progressed, they've started to try and have more patrols, more men on watch. But the attacks have also been really irregular.
Petra would love to do a perception check to see if there was any magic or elemental strange
Roll
markings.
Arcana.
Ugh. All right. Oh, it's a 20. Not natural.
Oh, modified 20. All right.
Modified 20.
I mean, you're not really seeing anything that speaks to like strong signs of magic.
Okay,
You know.
cool.
I say, Stan, do you happen to have a map of the town?
I could draw you one.
I say, if you could, that would be capital. I just want to see if there's any sort of pattern or any sort of link connecting all of the attacks.
Gonna do some triangulating.
Yes.
Okay, last.
Is this a big town as well? We never gonna.
It's not a small town, but it's definitely not a big town.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So
Sarsi wants to. So she saw the scuff marks from the first attack. Were there scuff marks at any other attacks, and did they seem to be all going in the same direction?
often signs of a struggle. You know, things from barrels being knocked over to broken window panes, things of that sort.
Petra's gonna find one of the footprints and try to put her foot inside to see if it's bigger or smaller.
It's a little bit bigger.
My foot?
The footprint.
Oh, the footprint.
How big is your foot, Petra? Tell us all. We all want to know.
It's a personal question, but size 10.
Is that a
In
men's.
Warforged.
in Warforged?
Oh.
Who I'm inclined to give that like an upgrade over human male, which is my point of reference.
Yeah.
Slightly larger
Slightly
than
bigger
your
than
foot.
Slightly larger. She's gonna pick up her foot and ask Stan, did anyone ever hear them say anything or make any noises?
No one's ever said anything about that.
They're like the Terminator.
They are scary.
So he does sit down with you and he helps you draw a map of the town, marking X's along where all the different abductions have taken place, as well as where a few of the murders have taken place. Of some
I'd
of the
like to
guards.
see the bodies if that's at all possible.
Really quickly, with this map, is there any rhyme or reason? Like, did it start on, say, the southeast end of town and work its way up? Is there, or have they been kind of just randomly placed? Is there any way to predict where another attack might occur?
Based off of the plotted points on the map, they trend towards the southern part of town, which is largely residential and not necessarily of higher social status. Not low social status, but it's where the common folk lives.
Right.
That guy.
A little sporadic, but
Okay.
What's his name? The small Yoda guy. Frisbee.
Brisbane?
Yeah. Has it attacked, or has there been a kidnapping near where he?
He lives like a
Lived.
hermit?
he lives outside of town in the
Yeah.
forests and hills just to the north. So
Okay.
he's not
that
really
they know
in
of.
town.
Okay, cool.
And he seemed fine. Didn't really. Yeah.
Huh?
Just thinking out loud.
And so as you're also asking information about these people, he's writing down names. And as he's giving all the information that he can give you, I need a perception check.
Ooh, not bad.
16.
18.
15.
Okay. Yuri, I believe you had the highest roll.
And my dog, a 19.
Oh, wait.
I can't give this one to boss.
Wait.
Boss.
18 for Orbis.
18 for Orbis.
Yeah.
Okay, this is kind of a reading-based
Okay,
thing.
yeah,
So if that's outside of boss's purview, which I'm assuming...
I'm just saying because boss can't be startled or surprised.
Okay.
So if anything like that,
Not that kind of perception check,
Okay.
but noted. So Yuri, as you're going over this information, you realize you've asked questions about, where they live and names and gender and other patterns, and you realize that you haven't really asked about races. And you've seen that multiple races are represented in this town.
I say, would you say that there is a specific race that's been involved in these kidnappings? Anyone, maybe dwarves or tieflings like myself?
He
or
starts going
elves?
down the list, writing human, human, human. And you can see the wheels turning.
Only humans. Now that's rather odd. This area does seem rather Neapolitan, does it not?
Oh, we've got all sorts of folk here in Kilkenny.
Yes. So there is a pattern there, unless I'm mistaken.
No, you're right.
Yes.
You're correct.
Well, that's something to think about.
Right.
He takes you to see the bodies per your request.
Sarsi stays outside. She doesn't want to.
Large gashes.
Humans?
Well, they're guards.
Are all the guards humans?
Not all of the guards are humans. There's actually a few elves in the mix.
Okay.
But only one of these fallen guards is an elf. Go ahead and roll medicine for me, though,
Sure.
if you want any more than that.
You need,
Yeah.
you need help, Green?
5. Yeah. Pets are. A lot of good you've done.
9.
9. So the two of you are just kind of like leaning over these bodies that have been laid out on tables for you, just kind of looking, and the obvious kind of consternation.
He looks dead.
By maybe a weapon?
You hear, leaning close by your ear, the voice of Stan. There's stab wounds. It looks like sword.
Definitely stab
Stabbed.
wounds.
Of course, some type of blade, I would say.
Yep.
Possibly double-edged.
Petra takes out her axe and see if it, like, matches.
Dear heavens.
Nope.
As it doesn't, I point out, you notice, not by an axe.
I would have given it more a sword. Yes. All right. You can. No, go ahead and roll perception actually for this.
Oh, nice. 19.
Yeah, you can see Stan's opinion of you guys just sort of shifting down a little couple ticks.
Oh dear.
Meanwhile, outside, are there any like pigeons or rats or anything like that in the area?
Roll perception for me.
Let me percept this.
No.
That would be a 15.
You see a pigeon. Yeah, a pigeon flying over nearby.
Hey! Hey!
No one's dying on
And
this
forest gnomes can convey ideas and kind of convey speech to small animals.
So with a fluttering of wings, this pigeon comes and alights on a roof line very close to you.
And she's gonna basically what she's trying to convey. It'll boil down to her saying she needs help to have the pigeon communicate with other animals and discern if they've seen things, big gold shiny things coming in and out of town and where they're going.
They communicate ideas back to you.
Yes.
All right.
Are you whistling this or singing it? This feels very busy.
Is this a mental thing or are you? Yeah.
It is through a series of sounds and gestures.
A
So,
series of sounds and
she's
gestures.
like,
If we could have just a little bit of that, that'd be great.
Yeah.
wow.
Nice.
Which to you clearly implies, yeah, there's this really big, shiny guy who he comes at night sometimes, and everybody stays away.
Okay, and she goes. Which basically means in what direction were they coming or going, and do other animals in the forest, have they seen it?
The pigeon looks due south.
South.
And then she'll go, which means thank you.
And flutters off.
It's freaking awesome. That was.
Beautiful.
I really enjoyed that.
we step outside and like, they were stabbed. What did you find out?
I watched her talking to a pigeon. I don't know exactly what I was observing, but it was rather beautiful, I must say. Looks like she made a friend.
He was a very polite person.
Person?
Pigeon.
Oh.
I
Didn't know if it was a person turned into a pigeon.
no.
Clarify.
Typically, pigeon people don't turn into pigeons.
Were pigeons.
That is not a thing I've heard of in any of my studies, but I'm sure it exists somewhere in some way. Due south is where these creatures have been going and coming from.
Yes.
They come at night sometimes, and the birds stay well away from them, which is honestly a very good idea. I don't think they provide any sort of food or sustenance for the birds, any kind of camaraderie, and frankly, I would be afraid if I were a bird of getting stepped on. I mean, I'm already quite afraid of being stepped on in general, but...
Stan, the guardsman, exits the building after having conversed with one of his fellow guards in there. And he closes the door behind him and says, well, I'm going to go back on my patrol.
I say, Stanley, you knew these men quite well, I take it?
Some more than others,
Right.
but I knew them.
They have families in town, do they not? I'm going to reach into my pouch and pull out 10 gold and give it to him. I say, would you be so good as to buy their families some food and drink? I know it's of little comfort, but we do intend to do something about this. And what little comforts we can give, we would like to, if it's all the same to you.
He holds out his hand and takes the gold coins and shakes them a little bit. That's very decent of you.
Yes.
You know, if you really want to ask someone who's got a good head on their shoulders, Dina, she's the wife of John who was just taken.
Yes.
Sensible woman.
Yes.
She didn't have much to tell us, but if you're going to talk to anyone who's not just going to spin tall tales or tell you a fish story, I would try her.
Yes, well, you've been a great help to us. We do appreciate it.
He holds up the coins and says, I'll see to it.
Cheers. Right. Shall we all go to Dina's? John and Dina's?
Might as well. And perhaps we head south after that.
I think that sounds like a plan, chaps.
that or we can patrol the southern part of the city and try and anticipate it. Orbis will be able to have a better view than I will, and I can keep the local pigeons and owls and other birds on edge.
What time of day is it currently?
It's, you had dinner with the mayor. You've gone out and been talking with Stan for a while. So, I mean, it's deep into the evening at this point.
Right.
Oh, I need a nap.
Do we really want to... I mean, I guess we could...
Gonna be honest, I don't have, like, great spells left, so I need a nap. So, just throw that out there. But I'm cool going to Dina's.
So we can end with Dina and then rest up after that.
Hypothetically, I could have Orbis patrol, and if he sees anything of note, then he can wake us up.
Yes. That sounds like a plan.
Perfect.
Well, shall
Would you
we?
show us to the residence of Dina?
So you actually have it plotted on your map as you have sights of all the attacks. So you know where to go.
Ah, this
With your
map is
hand-drawn
so
map.
good.
It's very good.
This is by far the best drawn map I've ever seen in my life.
You hear Stan call back down the road, "Thank you."
Were you an art student?
He shakes his head and just keeps walking.
Oh, he's lying. He was definitely an art student. I can tell.
Look at the strokes.
The chiaroscuro shading. And so you make your way to this farmhouse, which was the site of the most recent attack where you saw the finger marks dragged through the ground just behind the barn. You knock on the door and a woman answers. Yes, hello?
Yes, you must be Dina, is that right?
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are no doubt the partner of one of the abducted.
Yes, sir.
We are very sorry for your loss, from the bottom of the heart. We are representatives of Clan Malthior, you see. We are trying to solve this mystery, and we're wondering if you might be able to share with us some of your experience.
Please come inside. I'll tell you everything I can.
Thank you so much. Most kind.
She sits you down in her front room. There's a fire in the hearth. The kettle's boiling. She offers you cups of tea as you sit down.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, I don't eat food.
All right.
I take it gingerly.
Passes
Thank
cups
you.
of tea
Thank
around. She sits back in her chair and holds her cup.
Before she starts, can I just take a look at her, try to make out what state she's in? Obviously, she's just had a recent loss. How stable is she?
It's been 3 days, right?
Yes.
3 days.
Perception check.
Perception
Or insight, really.
was what I was thinking, yeah. Not that either of them are better than the other. It's a 16.
16? This is a woman who is used to working hard, working for a living, being part of a household where everyone is carrying their weight and helping to move things along. So she's continued to carry those burdens as best she can. She's made of tougher stuff than some, but she's very obviously downtrodden.
How old is she?
She's in her early 30s.
Children?
I guess
Better
you don't
small
see any.
question.
I don't really know what to tell you that I haven't told the guards, but if you have any questions, I'm happy to
Yes.
tell you anything I can.
Did you see it happen?
No, I didn't. I was inside. I'd already gone to bed. John had gone out to sort out a few things, and then I heard.
Happen to
So
know
screams.
what sort of things he might have been sorting out?
Just normal daily chore sorts of things. He was checking the crates of the vegetables to make sure that everything was accounted for.
Has he been acting strangely of late?
No.
No new acquaintances, perhaps? No.
No?
Interesting. Did you hear anything from him?
I just heard him screaming and hollering. And so I came out and I started screaming and hollering too.
I'm sorry, dear woman.
And the only thing I could see was that shadowy, large thing glinting gold in the moonlight.
Was it making any noise?
Just those great, terrible footsteps.
I know that you were very distraught at this time, but do you have any recollection exactly what time of the night this could have been?
Oh, I mean, I'd only gone to bed not too long before. It was 9 or 10 o'clock.
Was he part of any clans or interested, had weird hobbies that you didn't approve of?
I mean, we're not in any particular clan. We haven't been part of any group since Kesukara fell back out of power.
Great.
He was interested back then, being into farming, and Kesukara was head of an agricultural guild. He felt an interest, but, you know, that's come and gone.
Did he have any sort of negative opinion of the Hexant?
I mean, if you'd asked him at the tavern when all of the boys were together, he might have said something then, but in truth, I don't think he really had any ill will. And since things have gotten back to normal, he's not really shown any sort of resentment.
Can I roll like an insight to see if there's anything she's hiding from us?
Please.
That is that's a 14.
You get the impression that she's being pretty sincere with you.
Can I do a perception just to look around the room we're in to see maybe some weird interests, or if he was like a protester or something?
Sure. Roll perception.
I'll take that. So 17 plus 4.
21! Nice. You really don't see anything like that.
No weapons, no.
There's like some farm implements around.
Yeah, okay.
You know, but
Petra awkwardly like gets really close to Dina's face. Why do you think he was taken?
If I knew that, I would have told the guards.
I say, dear lady, I know that we've put you under a bit of strain this evening, and I do apologize for that. Had he any negative opinion of non-humans, perchance?
Well,
Sounds a bit like a loaded question coming from you.
it's a sticky topic. You know, we've all had trouble navigating that during Kesukara and after Kesukara. I think no.
Did he have any enemies? Rivals? Nemesis? Nemesis?
Nemesis.
Nemesis.
You
Nemesis.
No. He's a simple man. If he ever had more than one, I'd be impressed. All I know is that terrible thing carried him away,
To the south.
naturally.
Well, thank you for
Anything
the tea.
foul would come from there.
I'm gonna just set the
What
tea
is-
down, thank her, and I'm gonna step outside.
Okay.
What do
Bring
you
in boss with me.
What do you mean if anything foul would come from there? Is there something to the south that we don't know about?
Oh, well, all you folks aren't really from here, so I suppose it would be new, but... Oh. Well, folks say it's bad luck going down south. Into the hills, it's a dreary place. The stories don't really match up, but the fact that everyone seems to have some sort of reason to not go speaks to something being foul.
Did your husband have any such story, specifically?
I'm-
Or yourself, perhaps?
Well, my mother always said that something terrible and evil lived there long ago, but that it was long gone and I don't need to worry. I always thought it was a means of her getting me to not wander too far from home.
Have you ever been to the south?
Not really. I've gone into the fields, but
Has John been to the south?
I don't think so.
Do you know
Folk
any?
will still sometimes go on a dare, but everyone just says it's unpleasant.
Would we have heard of any folk tales or anything just vaguely of this area? down
History.
south? Don't mind if I do. All right. That is a 3 plus 2 for a 5.
Oh, you did not give me anything.
No.
Not regionally specific, so no.
Okay. All right. Well, dear lady, I do believe we've taken up more than enough of your time. You've been such a gracious hostess. Here's going to reach into his pouch again, pull out 5 gold, and say, I know that this can hardly replace your husband, but do understand we are on the job, as it were, and we will do our very utmost to find your husband and bring him back to you safely.
Well, that's very kind, and I wish you the best. If you do really mean to find out what's going on, I would look to those hills.
Well, I think that gives us a plot point, does it not?
Petra stands up abruptly. Thank you. And just walks out.
Good evening. Lovely tea, was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yes.
it's pleasant tea. She's made it many times. All right, I think we're going to need to break here for our intermission. So we're going to disappear for a little bit while we have a little refreshment break. That said, we hope all of you enjoy a little bit of programming, just a little bit, that we prepared for you to enjoy during said intermission. We'll be back in about 10 minutes' time. But thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back in a bit.
Thank you. And you. And you. Not on screen.
Where's Mackenzie?
Hi, I'm Steve.
I'm Sean.
I'm Rhea.
And I'm Logan.
We just wanted to say
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching Tales of Throssia.
We hope you enjoy it.
we hope you enjoy the show.
If you'd like to see more Tales of Throssia, as well as get updates on all the other awesome tabletop content at the Hive Collaborative,
Head over to www.hivechannel5.com.
HiveChannel5.com.
HiveChannel5.com.
And subscribe.
it's free. And you'll get updates about Tales of Throssia, Enter the Hex, and all the other awesome shows at the Hive Collaborative.
Oh, and please follow us on Twitch.
Or even subscribe.
You know, if you're into that sort of thing.
Thanks again, friends. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
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 That was today?
They're this Friday at 7. Yeah,
All right.
Friday at 7.
I believe we're back. Thank you once again. I hope you had a pleasant intermission. Maybe you got a chilly beverage. Maybe you got your favorite snack. Maybe you just sat there in anticipation, watching the clock count down. I'm not here to judge.
Maybe
We're just
you-
glad you're here.
Maybe you drew some fan art of your favorite characters from tonight's episode. Just giving you options for the facial
that your
expressions.
smolder?
Yes, yes.
I was about to say that was at least a 15 on a performance check.
Sorry.
Brief intermission announcements before we continue on. First of which, there's something really exciting that I cannot believe I forgot to talk about at the top of the episode, you guys.
What is it?
It's really exciting. Okay,
Tell us, Steve.
so everybody knows that Tales of Throssia airs Wednesday nights at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
We've been doing that for twice. So, I mean, it's just public knowledge. But did you know that starting this Friday night at 7 p.m., there's going to be a second Tales of Throssia? What?
Wait,
Now,
what?
now, you're probably asking yourselves, what do you mean second Tales of Throssia? Well, I'm glad you asked, and I'll tell you, the second group is comprised of an entirely different group of faces.
Not us?
No! You get to take Friday night off, Logan, so
Thanks.
piece it easy. No, on Friday nights, we're going to have a totally different group of adventurers also adventuring in the fantastical, mythical land of Throssia. And one of the extremely exciting tidbits, especially for longtime fans of D&D related content here from the Hive, Patrick Newman, who was the Hex Master in Season 1 and one of the original creators of Enter the Hex, is going to be DMing that group. We're very, very excited to have him. We're also very excited to have Nathan Agel as a member of that group. Nate's hiding in the shadows back there. He gets to be a player on Friday nights, so we're very excited for him. We've got Max Holtz. We've got Darcy. Maybe I shouldn't do full
Ramirez.
names. I don't know. It's the internet. We've got Darcy, and she's doing stuff. And she's going to be a player. And then we've got, who's our fourth, Nate? Refresh me. We've got Tori!
Yeah!
Tori, my good buddy Tori.
None less than Onan, Splitter of Skulls.
That's right. Formerly known as Onan, Splitter of Skulls. May he rest.
In glory.
In Kriegy glory. And we know what that's like, because that's what, like, one of the season 2 of Enter the Hex was kind of about. You got to see them fancy clan-based afterlives. So anyways, I'm tangenting pretty hard. It's super exciting. We're really glad that we're going to have our sister group starting up this Friday night. So if you just can't get enough Tales of Throssia on Wednesdays, I've got good news for you, my friends. We've got Friday nights coming your way
So
soon.
much D&D.
So very much, with some really, really awesome people.
Yeah.
I will be here potentially in the shadows helping out with some stuff on Friday, and I promise I will behave. That said, trying to think if there's anything else I need to talk about with that, but I'm thinking the answer is no, which means it's time for us to get back to our adventure. So,
Let's go.
the group of you has just left the home of Dina, wife of John, who has been taken. It is now deep into the evening. It's definitely dark outside,
Would you say around 9 to 10 at night?
arguably.
Good to know.
What would you like to do?
That's when the attack happened last.
Okay.
You know from your detailed document that you made with Stan that not all the attacks happened at the same time.
Ooh, okay.
Some of them were in the wee hours of the morning, some of them
Taking the wind out of my sails right now.
Darkness is the common denominator.
It's dark.
And
Sure
lightning
is.
never strikes twice. They wouldn't come back.
From the mayor's residence, about how long would it take us to get into the southern part of town? Like, about how much distance is there?
Oh, it's like a 15-minute walk.
That's not bad. Yuri,
Yes.
can I ask you a personal question?
Oh, please. I love those.
Yes, you're getting very excited.
Yeah.
Why are you giving money to everyone we meet?
I understand that it is some commodity.
How much money do you have?
Well, the Prosperos are very well-to-do, as it were. So, whenever
So
I
it-
need extra money, I just write back to Mumsy and Dadsy. They wire me some, and the world keeps spinning.
You've never given me money.
Do you need some? I'm happy to give you some if you need.
Is this a social custom?
Just take the money.
I need
just take
money.
the money.
All right. So I started out with a pouch full of 25 gold. I've given away 16 gold. I'll give her the rest. Just, oh, here.
Oh. Thank you.
Enjoy.
We are friends now.
Oh, is that how one makes friends?
That's what I thought
Oh,
you were doing
capital.
this whole
In
time.
some social circles, yeah.
Well,
Okay.
That's 9 gold for you, friend.
That's
All right.
capitalism for you. So I'm
Well.
always on capital.
Well, if we do need to rest for the evening, as I mentioned before, I can have Orbis scout the area and keep an eye out, and if he sees anything unusual or dangerous, he'll come and let us know.
Yes.
I like that. Sure.
I wouldn't mind a few winks of sleep myself. It feels like we've been going on all day.
Indeed, you have. All right, you make your way to the mayor's abode.
Yep.
All right, and you leave Orbis out to keep an eye.
Petra's looking out the window the whole night. Powered down, but she can like.
You don't need to keep watch.
let's touch base on this
'Kay,
because this came
okay.
up last time. Originally, it was I don't need to sleep at all.
That's what
and then
I
it was,
thought.
Oh, in fact, I have to
Yeah,
sort
okay.
of sleep.
So it says when you take a long rest, you must spend at least 6 hours in an inactive, motionless state rather than sleeping. In this state, you appear inert, but it doesn't render you unconscious, and you can see and hear as normal.
Oh,
That verbiage is difficult to
that
argue
is
with.
very.
So I don't know why I would try. All right, so you are
Yep.
staunchly looking out the window, unmoving,
Pretty
inert,
unnerving.
as it were.
Inert.
Dolores, you don't need to keep watch. Hello?
I'd just say leave her be, and I'm gonna go to sleep.
Right. Nighty boo.
I tinker around with a little contraption again, set it on the mantle. Ocean noises, the waves crashing, stars spinning again.
I like that.
And
Are we all sharing a room?
yeah,
I thought so. We're in the guest
You're
room.
in a guest
yeah,
room.
we're in a guest room.
All
There
right.
are
Oh.
multiple beds available.
Yuri's gonna like just be laying there for a minute, looking up at the mobile that Baird is providing. Hey, Baird,
Yes, there.
you're a man of numbers, are you not?
But of course, what do you need?
How far away are the stars?
At least 6 million miles. I have no idea.
Do you want to roll deception on this?
6 million miles away from here. That's a deception. 14? No, 12.
That's a lot.
I know nothing about the stars.
If you want to roll against that, I'll let you. But
I want to
you're not
roll
getting
against
impressed.
that.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Insight to see if I can.
Yeah.
All right.
I can hear it.
That's a nat one.
Yeah.
That's 11.
He knows, and it's magical.
Oh, wow. Do you think we'll ever get there, Baird?
I think we already have.
That's nice. You're gonna go to sleep.
Sarzi, were you rolling against that as well?
Yeah, that's
What-
an 11.
An 11? Maybe you're a bit skeptical, but at the same time, you're like, well, it could be. Maybe.
Can't remember off the top of my
I
head,
said it
so.
with such conviction.
Do appear very intelligent.
That is delightful. Okay. You are resting peacefully when from one moment to the next. I'm sorry. From one moment to the next, you are roused from your sleep. Oh, I'm so sorry. Remind me your owl's name.
Orbis?
Pop a pretzel and then tell me.
Don't choke,
Orbis.
Orbis! Orbis rouses you from your sleep at the same moment that there's a terrible scream.
Ah,
please. Mumsy.
I have so many questions.
At this point, you've been awakened. And you see that Orbis, through Orbis's eyes, is seeing a large figure that is glinting in the moonlight and is dragging someone away towards the south.
Hey, wake up, wake up.
I'm awake. I was never
Yes.
asleep.
Somebody wake her up.
She's awake.
Oh, it's
What?
happening.
What is it?
It's
Use your
happening.
words.
It's happening. The thing.
What's happening?
The monster. It's coming.
Oh,
It's got somebody. They're screaming. Orbis is telling me it's there.
Fair.
And she'll just spit out wherever generally it is.
I run.
I feel like I'm gonna be a few minutes behind. All these bloody contraptions. I got all these, my gear, knobs, twist vials. It's taken me a good few minutes.
that's why it's easier just to a silk scritcher.
Starts out the door right behind. In fact, she probably jumps on Dolores' back if she can.
Okay.
It's a good thing I stopped sleeping in the nude.
Really grateful for that.
All right. So did you charge out with
Yes.
the other two? Okay. So Baird is trailing behind.
I'm coming! Ah, brass buttons. Why so many buttons?
You're beginning to hear the sounds of commotion and people shouting in the street, the sounds of guards shouting to each other, and people congregating and moving down towards the southern side of town. It takes you about 15 minutes to get there. Well, it's less because you're not walking, you're running, so it's still a solid
I have long legs.
7 minutes maybe for you to make your way down to the southern edge of town. But sure enough, someone else has been taken.
Can Orbis have
Can
followed
we track them? Yeah.
the Oozit?
Yeah, I think between Boss and
If you
Orbis.
told Orbis to follow,
there is
you absolutely would see through Orbis's eye. I don't know if you can run across town while you're doing that, can you?
Probably not.
No, I thought you have to be in like a state of.
Well,
Unconsciousness.
she could tell him to follow afterwards, and then to see through his eyes, she just can't.
I have to carry you? Is that what you're saying? That's the look you are giving me?
Yes.
Okay, and then what's the range again on your telepathic link as far as being able to share vision?
Vision is. I have this.
Having is good.
100
That's
feet, you can communicate, and see through it.
So 100 feet.
Oh yeah, actually, that's not very far at all.
That's what I.
In
That's
D&D
kind of what I'm
terms,
saying.
no.
Yeah. So as far as being across the town, so you were psychically awakened by Orbis, but you weren't able. I already said you saw a little bit because you saw a little bit. It's been said. It's done. However, you're not able to maintain that visual connection.
That's fair enough.
You could have given Orbis instructions, though, and I'm assuming you would have that Orbis should follow anything that it did see.
Should at least do that, yeah.
Okay. That seems practical to me. As such, Orbis is nowhere to be found at present. Would you have wanted Orbis to come back?
I'm trying to figure out the limitations, like what's too like metagamey and redacty, but I imagine she would have wanted him to come back after it followed the thing to where it was going.
Okay. So as this commotion has been going on, you join up with the guards, you find out that there's been another abduction, and someone was literally ripped from their bed and taken. Orbis does return, and though Orbis cannot speak with you, Orbis begins flying towards the south, making a lot of noise and commotion, then coming back and sort of like, dive bombing your head a little bit, like, come on.
Yeah. I say we move.
Yes, not a moment to waste.
All right.
And then
so-
this is one more important question. Have we had a long rest yet or not?
You
Okay,
cannot.
cool.
You're
Wanted to
not
make
able
sure.
to complete a long rest.
That's okay. I'm sure we'll be fine.
Oh yeah,
All
let's
right.
see
What,
what's
what
it
time of
happen.
the night? Like, are we like 2 in the morning? Like what?
So as you ask someone, especially because you show up a few minutes later than
Yeah.
your companion.
What's going on here?
Still
Who's
buckling a
taking-
few
yeah,
things.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're still wearing your robe. You may want to.
I just throw it in the dirt.
It's about 1 in the morning.
Okay, so it's only been a few hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And so Orbis guides you to the south. You make your way through farm fields into some gentle hills that begin to roll along the way. You march along for maybe an hour and a half, at which point you notice that the stars, which were once more evident above you, have clouded over, and there's a gentle mist rolling between these hills as you begin wending your way between them. Orbis leading you through.
Is the mist obstructing our vision, like in front of us at all?
Not yet. It is growing slightly thicker as you make your way deeper into the hills.
Yuri's occasionally going to cast Gust, just when it gets thicker, just to kind of push it out of the way.
Okay.
And Sarzi is at this point seeing through Orbis's eyes, so she is totally unresponsive to anything anyone's saying, and still riding on.
All right.
Petra's back.
I also just want to point out, being the only human here, I am wearing my infused goggles of night, so I can see dark vision up to 60 feet.
Look at that. Those
Very
are nice.
nice.
Those are new. They look good.
All right.
Do you wear your sunglasses at night?
Yes.
I pop the collar on my jacket.
All right. You are wending your way through these hills, Orbis gliding gently overhead, the mist growing subtly thicker, until finally you find yourselves facing a small clearing across from which is a low hill. Set into the side of that low hill is a stone wall with some carvings in it. It's kind of dark, it's difficult to tell from here. And then between you and this stone wall across the clearing, there are a number of small, gnarled trees just interspersed. And Orbis just begins to circle around and comes and lands on your shoulder.
Sarzi kind of blinks back to reality, and this is where they're taking him.
What
Petra-
sorry.
Oh.
What distance are we from this again?
It's about 50 feet away
Okay.
to cross the clearing to this stone wall.
Perception to see if anyone's here.
Please.
21!
21. It's intensely, maybe even uncomfortably quiet here. You don't see anyone else. There's just you, these trees, this stone wall with these carvings, and then the shadows cast by the moonlight.
She'll take that as a green light and go right towards the carvings to see what they are.
Okay.
Petra!
Nobody's here.
All right. So you make your way across.
Sarzi's still on her back.
I need like a papoose for you. Make me a
Can
papoose.
you invent one?
I will put that in my
Put that
notes.
on the list.
Papoose.
Maybe lambskin.
To do. Papoose.
Lambskin.
Poose. Lamb. Skin. Make.
There is the appearance of an arch in this stone wall, and there are symbols carved in, tremendously faded with time, very worn down. In the center of this arch, there are stones laid on top of each other, and at the top, there is what appears to be a stone face. It almost does not have facial features for how worn and weathered that it is, but it is still distinctly a face. Just beneath said face, there is a recession and what looks to be a small carved-in, almost like a bowl, carved into the stone wall.
I'd like to see if I can identify what type of magic, if any, there is that's connected with the faded runes or carvings that you...
Sure, roll Arcana for me.
Ooh, I'm gonna use one of my lucky points and re-roll that.
Ooh.
Because that was a 3.
You lucky duck.
Oh, much better. 19 plus 7, 26.
Oh, shiz! Thank you.
I mean, for the jingle alone, I would tell you stuff. So as you were running your fingers along these stone carvings, there's like an inky, like uncomfortableness to this place.
I don't like this.
It was already perceptibly unsettling or unpleasant, but like it's penetratingly so at this point.
You said there
Pochi.
were runes on this?
Most of them are faded beyond recognition, but there's absolutely symbols carved in.
And I can't. Oh my gosh, there's a fly.
There sure is.
What these runes pertain to?
Go ahead and roll perception on the rune specifically.
15.
15. A lot of the things that were on the wall itself have just worn with time.
Okay.
As you get closer to the stone face, it's recessed slightly and thusly slightly more protected from the winds and other things. And you find the words just above this little recessed bowl shape in the stone. Life to give me breath.
Pochi. You recognize this face?
Let me think about that.
You said
Can I
there's
roll
a bowl there?
Yeah, so there's the
Okay.
stone face, and below that there's a recession. You find those words, life to give me breath, and then carved in the stone, it's almost like a basin.
All right.
Very
Without
thin basin.
hesitation, I take out my dagger. I slit my wrist. Not my wrist. My palm. My palm. And I squeeze blood into the bowl.
All right. I want you to take 2 hit points.
The
As
time
you-
is of the essence, as you said.
You give up this life to this bowl.
And can I roll like a history check on this, any of this, to see if it's this kind of thing is familiar?
Go right ahead. We're going to come here, and I'll come back to you. You squeeze this blood into this basin, and it pools in the bottom. And then it almost seems to be absorbed into the stone itself. And then stone face, nearly featureless, with hollows for eyes and a mouth.
Oh.
And its mouth begins to move. And it says, "The more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I?"
The more you take, the more you leave behind.
Would it be like time? Something related to something like that?
The more
The more you take.
life
The
you
more time you take, the more
Yes,
you leave behind.
I think that's right.
I like that.
If you take your time, the less you have.
Time. She kind of declares to the bowl, to the face.
Nothing happens.
The more you take, the more you leave behind.
What are things you can take?
Well, it's a
I've never been one for riddles. Yuri, this seems like something up your
Yes.
alley.
Yes, give me a moment. The more you take, the more you leave behind.
It's got to be something metaphorical. I mean, clearly, it's not something physical.
I know the more
What else?
the
does
more
it mean?
life you take, the more you leave behind. The more.
The final bit of blood that was in the bottom of the basin that was disappearing is gone. The stone face
Oh, dear.
sets.
I've got some to spare, gents. He just pricks his finger just with a dagger that he has and squeezes some drops out.
Just a little bit. All right. 1 HP.
Okay.
Does it work? Because he's not healing.
You took many to arrive here.
Steps.
The more steps you take, the more steps you leave behind.
You speak this out loud.
Yeah.
Yes.
Steps. Sorry.
And the stone wall begins to rumble and vibrate as it parts in two
Oh, I'm not sure.
and opens inward in
Oh.
a darkened corridor into the hillside
Oh,
that's before you.
No.
Well, bravely forward, chaps.
We are not well equipped for any of this.
Oh,
Also, I rolled a nat 20 on my history check.
Rolled nat 20 on your
Oh, yeah.
history check?
Let's just gloss over that.
Quiet about it.
We did say we'd come back to you, and then some stuff went down. But a nat 20, okay. So, you've heard a lot, you've read, I should say. You've read a lot about pockets of dark magic, people who were trying to accomplish their own nefarious means throughout history. They would find these tiny spots to hide away from civilization, where they could practice their own dark magics and try to learn and expand upon their own abilities, the boundaries of things they could and maybe even shouldn't do. This strikes you immensely as one of those kinds of places with magical protection set up, things set in place to weaken those who would try to enter. And this strikes you as absolutely that sort of place.
This is,
Sorry.
if I might say, this is the exact thing that people are afraid of in town. This is the reason that these rumors are spreading. I wouldn't say necessarily it's from one individual, but perhaps multiple individuals over time that have created their own rumors and legends. This is not the kind of thing that we want to mess with when we're unequipped and unprepared. I believe somebody is practicing something here, and they do not want to be disturbed, and unfortunately, I don't know if we're well equipped to disturb them or not. I feel like I've rested decently, but I could use some more. I don't
Yes,
know how
and
you're
what
all...
of the people that are being brought here? We don't know. For all we know, they're draining them of their life forces as we speak. Do we go and take a 6-hour rest and come back and pick up their completely dried out cadavers? I mean...
Orbis, will you do me a favor and just go down and take a quick look, and if you see any danger, come back to me.
All right.
What if your owl dies?
Yes.
I'm going to
Too personal.
We'll talk about that later.
motion to Boss. Boss! And I'm going to have him, he just starts going down, and I'm walking behind him. Crossbow out, and very slowly, stealthily even.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm at his heels.
Still.
So we have Orbis flying in front, you and Boss close behind, following in.
Oh, I will go in.
All right.
Sarzi will hop off
Yes.
her shoulders and take the rear.
Okay. The group of you then makes your way down this dark stone corridor.
The entire way, she's still muttering, like, this is a really bad idea, guys. Guys, I think we should turn around. I really don't like this. Shh.
I am going to use, as we're making our way down there, my cure wounds, but it's I remove like a cylinder with a needle, and I just pump it into my wrist, and it kind of fills up with some green lighting underneath, and it's like a med kit, but that's my magic.
Okay.
It gives me... Oh, come on!
Did you roll one?
I rolled a 1.
Oh, no.
And I can't roll. That's not lucky. I can't use lucky for that. At least I do get to add my
modifier.
spellcasting modifier. So I get 6 back.
Your description was cool, though.
Yeah.
Thank you. Man. Okay.
Can we tell if there were any footprints, like those big metal footprints that came down this area?
Well, you're on a stone floor at this point,
Okay.
so looking for footprints wouldn't be functional. You make your way through this stone corridor with a gentle decline deeper under the hill.
Feels like the ground is gonna come down on us any second now.
Are
Are
you
we sure we
okay?
want to be here? I don't like this. I don't like this.
Not to worry, Professor. You're with Throssia's greatest wizard. I'll protect you.
Oh, that's not reassuring at all. That is the last thing I wanted to hear.
If I don't, I won't get my degree, will I? So it's in my best interest to protect you.
Yeah. Yes, I suppose so.
Yes, yes. As we all know, D's get degrees.
What?
Take that one to the bank, kids. All right. As you make your way down, you can tell it's getting darker and darker as the moonlight quickly fades from behind you. Who of you can see in the dark? Everybody!
Hey.
It's really dark, you guys. As you make your way down, you can see that the tunnel begins to open into a larger chamber. As you get closer to approaching, torches, sconces on the wall, light of their own accord.
Oh, that's not good.
And you can see you're in a large chamber. Across from you is a stone altar, upon which rests a large golden form. It looks as though it's a suit of armor, laying out in a resting position. hands holding its sword on its chest.
Are they turning people into those gold things?
Does it look like the armor has been there for quite a while, like cobwebs, dust gathered, or does it look like it has been active?
You know, I'm not going to make you roll perception on that one. That's pretty specific. I feel like you'd be able to tell. There are cobwebs in this room.
Okay.
There are no cobwebs on this being.
That's a guardian. That's a guardian. We don't want to mess with that.
Or perhaps that's what's taken the bodies. Or
It could be both.
the people.
But if it's
Turning them
taking the
into
bodies, then where's the bloody body?
Is there any evidence of
Inside
people in
the
here? Any signs of scuffling on the floor in the dust?
Here's our perception check.
Okay. That is a 9 plus 1 for a 10.
A 10.
Not great.
There's a lot of bits of broken wood on the ground. It looks like someone's been maybe splitting firewood or breaking up kindling even.
Can I roll a survival to see if maybe the dust was, someone was dragged, something was moved, there's a path of
Go ahead and roll.
non-cobwebs? By 12.
You do see cobwebs about the room. The stone is more worn between the altar and where you're entering. There are no cobwebs between you. And there are definitely pockets and places where things look as though they've been disturbed because you see these broken bits of wood.
Do there appear to be any other exits?
Not that you can see.
Is there a place where there's more broken wood, like a pile of broken wood anywhere?
You going about the room checking this out?
Yeah,
All right.
because I would love to use mending if there is to kind of see what its original form was.
That's a good idea.
Okay. You begin to make your way through the room, seeing these little patches of broken pieces of wood, and you go over to an area and you begin to use your magic, your divine magic, to mend. And you see little bits of wood starting to come together. And it creates a tree branch.
Well, that was useless.
And
She
as
throws
you're
it over
looking
her
at-
shoulder. No,
As
I'm
you
sorry.
toss it over your shoulder, as you're looking at it, you hear the sound of metal clanking.
Oh.
And this golden figure laying on the altar begins to sit up.
We need to go.
And a great red glow shines from its face.
You can have the branch back.
I need you all to roll for initiative.
Oh, this is the.
Hooray!
Look at that. That's
Oh, that's a nat 20, but that doesn't do me a
What?
ton of good here.
All right.
I have so many fan theories about what this thing is.
All right, friends. We're going to do something new and exciting.
Cool.
Yay! I like this.
Meanwhile, this entire
We got a
time.
much more intense map this time.
All righty. I heard nat 20.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, snap. I
Yeah,
think
baby.
we all know who's going first.
Do you?
15 to 20.
15.
18.
Satan team?
You combine numbers. Okay, 18.
Math is hard. So I'm used to just saying it out loud and people add for me, but that's not the like.
And you had 15?
15.
Okay. 15, we've got
Say numbers out loud.
Baird.
Sure, okay.
And
4.
and then, of course. Okay.
Does he have a name tag on? I would love just like it.
A name tag on.
Yeah. More people should wear name tags.
Tin Man. This guy? You want him to have a name tag?
It says boss right
Oh,
there. You
yes.
carved it right on his butt.
No, that's not true. Do not carve anything on my dog's butt.
No, that was
You must
you.
know there's an emblazoned boss insignia on
All
his
right.
chest.
For the audience
Cool.
at home.
Oh.
Cool.
Let's hold this up, actually, do the whole better lighting scenario. This is indeed the golden figure.
Oh!
Who
This
uses
being
gold?
blind as a bat.
This is one expensive
Everything's
guardian.
fine.
All right.
Threshold guardian
We had in front
on the
neither
hero's
of us are
journey.
Baird and Boss, followed by Yuri and Petra. And I believe you said you were holding up the rear specifically. Mm-hmm. All right. Gonna double look at that. There we go.
Whew.
Well, we all know who's first, and that's Yuri.
Don't mind if I do. All right, Yuri is going to, like, seeing what's happening, is going to, his tail is going to spin his arcane focus around, catching kind of a yellowish, goldish light from the air that he's going to grab in his hand, and then he's going to shove his hand into the ground. Within 5 feet of the golden figure, a giant hand made of impacted earth is going to pop out and reach and try to grab this golden figure as I cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp. He's got to make a DC 14 strength saving throw, or he will be restrained
All right.
and take 2d6 bludgeoning damage, or half of that if he makes a
That's
save.
awesome.
Dex save?
Strength save.
Strength save. And this is against a
DC 14.
magical effect, or is this count as a physical attack?
It just says target must make a strength saving throw.
Well, let me ask you this. Is this a spell?
Yes, it is a spell.
Okay, thank you.
Maximilian's Earthen Grasp.
Okay. He rolls a 11.
Yes, all right.
Whoa!
So the hand grabs him and restrains him, and he will take 2d6 bludgeoning damage. So that is 10 bludgeoning damage, and he is restrained.
All right.
Love it. I love it.
That's awesome.
Halved.
Okay? And
Oh, nope, not halved. My mistake.
no, it is full. Yuri is also keeping his hand kind of in the ground, is going to make his way behind that pillar over to his left over there.
5, 10, 15, 20,
All the way behind it. Yeah, that's good
25,
right there.
even 30.
Yeah, that's great.
All right.
Okay,
Hiding behind said pillar.
and that is the end of my turn.
Petra.
Okay. So, scary man. Does he look like he's magically enchanted, or if there's someone in there? Can we tell if it's like a construct or a person?
You could roll perception as your action to see what you can find out.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it. It's a 17.
17. All right. Glowing red. At the joints, you see glowing light emanating. You're not seeing anything to you that would indicate the presence of a human inside.
Okay. Awesome. Just wanted to make sure the person we were saving wasn't in there and we killed them.
All right.
So,
Stab.
help me.
Bonus action, movement.
Yes, she will be moving up to defend Boss and Hoosie Bucket, that guy.
Hoosie Bucket. That is my name.
Creator. Up 5 more feet. Yep.
All right.
And she'll say, no, never mind.
She opens her mouth and just holds her axe.
Yep, that's as she pulls out her axe.
Baird.
Okay, first I'm going to move opposite of what Yuri did on your right side.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30,
That'll be fine.
30,
Yeah.
30.
30. And then because he is restrained, he gets like no dexterity saves, right? Is that how? Or there would at least be a disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Oh yeah, what's the disadvantage on?
Restrained, I believe he gets disadvantage on dex
Okay.
saves.
If that's the case.
Yes, disadvantage on dex saves.
So what you see here is Baird gets down on one knee and he opens up a device on his wrist. It's got all these buttons and knobs and he starts pushing little things. Boop, 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 boop. On his shoulder, very much Predator style, a cannon-like thing emerges. And using my goggles, I hone in on the location of this armor. The cannon, using an anti-gravity-like beam, picks up a rock of any between 1 and 5 pounds,
Oh my God.
and it catapults it at
the armored construct.
Cool.
It is a dexterity saving throw of 15 with disadvantage.
All right.
Ooh.
Does this count as a spell?
It is a magical.
I mean, you're reading a spell card. I'm
Yeah.
inclined to say yes.
Yeah,
Catapult.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But it is being hit with a rock.
And this is Dex.
Yes.
Okay, that is a modified 20.
With disadvantage?
Whoa.
It's actually a flat roll.
Cool.
Oh.
Okay.
Do you want me to
all
roll
right.
for the wild magic surge?
Oh, yes, please.
Sorry, I forgot to do that. And the modifier 2 or still at 1?
I think we're at 2.
2. Okay. All right.
Or it just gets resistance.
That is a
to all
15.
magic.
Okay, no wild magic surge.
We are safe.
Anything else on your turn, Barrett? got your
No. I'm going to have Boss take a few steps to be to the side, in between Petra and myself, but 5 feet to Petra. And
Hello.
I will not use a bonus action to command it. Yes, that will be my turn.
Alrighty. We move on to the golden armored figure. Now, he's restrained, you said. Is that correct?
I believe that's what his spell does.
Okay, does he have any sort of way of trying to break out of this on his turn?
Yes,
or
he can make a DC 14 strength saving throw.
DC 14. Okay. And this would take his action, I assume.
It just says to break out, the restrained target can make a strength check. It doesn't say as an action.
Oh, okay. So
But-
just at
so
the beginning of
it
their
could
turn.
be, yeah.
Let's see if he escapes.
It's only a level 2 spell. I think if it were higher, it would say you have to
Okay.
use an action.
That is a 13.
Does not break out.
Does
He's
not
still
break
restrained.
out.
Whoa, that's awesome.
All right. In that case, it's going to hold its action. We move down. Sarzi.
All right. Sorry, I just shoved food right in my mouth.
I gotta stop doing that to you. I'm sorry. I'm calling on you right then. Okay.
So, these are good pretzels.
Brought
So
to you by
Sarzi,
Sliders.
right? So Sarzi is she's gonna kind of give the owl on her shoulder, like his feathers, a bit of a rustle, and then she's gonna point forward, and Orbis is gonna launch himself off of her shoulder and shoot forward at the construct, and it's gonna land on its shoulder and deliver a shocking grasp.
Nice.
What's the speed of your owl?
60 feet.
Okay, you're good.
I can deliver touch spells for you? That's awesome.
It is very cool.
So she's gonna bang her staff on the ground, and when she does, it's gonna be as if there was like, you don't see the lightning travel from the staff to the owl, but when she bangs her staff on the ground, the owl suddenly lights up for a second and delivers a shock
All
to
right.
the construct.
Melee spell attack, or is this just straight damage?
It is an attack roll, but I have advantage if it's wearing armor made of metal, which it is made of metal. So
Can't argue that.
How exciting.
that's 13, 14, 15, 16, 19.
19 to hit.
Yes.
Does not connect.
Seriously?
Whoa!
What?
No way.
And Sarzi is
I
gonna.
mean, its armor class has got to be high because it is literally armor.
Yep, it's
Carrying
just,
a big old shield and
just
it
old.
bats away.
Wow.
So that's at
A little
least a
smoke
20.
comes off of Orbis's feathers as it kind of flaps around.
Holy
Okay.
cow.
Anything
Alright,
else on your
okay.
turn?
I believe Orbis can.
Okay.
Oh wait, I don't know if delivering something like that is
It's an action.
an action. It is. Or
Yeah,
is
you
it?
use your action and then your owl familiar can just deliver it.
So it's not an action on my owl's part. He can still.
It is your action. to use this spell.
Assist.
So you can either move or do a bonus action.
Well, I meant can Orbis assist now with the help action, or because it doesn't really say on
Sure.
here.
We'll look into that later. We'll say yes for the time
All right.
being.
Cool.
The owl swoops in and out, trying to distract this metal figure, bringing us back to Yuri.
I'm going to use an action to attempt to put the squeeze on him again. He needs to make another strength saving throw, DC 14, or he'll take an additional 2d6 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
So Yuri's going to.
So this is a recasting, all right?
Yes. Not a recast. The spell is. I'm maintaining the spell. It's concentration. So I'm just attempting to give it another squeeze, and he can attempt to avoid damage or take
I
half
see.
damage.
It's another 13.
13. All right. Another 2d6. That's 3 bludgeoning damage. Well,
3
pretty low.
bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
Um,
Hiding behind the pillar. I'm
I'm
going to
going
go
to-
ahead and say you peeked out to pull
okay.
that off.
Yeah. I'm going to skirt up to the next pillar up there and hide behind that. Okay.
Okay.
And I will end my turn there.
Petra.
Right. I'm going into that like Scottish.
All right.
All right, let's do this. From there, Petra is going to, you see her kind of like kneel down with her axe and put her head down, and then it snaps up and she makes eye contact with the red glowing eyes. And she's going to cast Guiding Bolt
Nice.
on this thing, which is
Nice.
magic and it's radiant damage.
Okay.
Let's do this. Oh, sorry. That would be a 20.
20 to hit.
Yes.
That connects.
Oh, good. Okay, so target takes 4d6. I'm using that, sorry. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage. And yeah, 12 radiant damage. And the next attack roll made against this target has an advantage. Because it's glowing
Glowing.
mystically.
Yeah.
Hit here. This is the bad guy.
Does it look kind of like the Statue of Liberty, just like lit up? This metal being.
Sword raised high.
Yeah. And then as a bonus action,
Yes.
while she's down there, you see this guiding bolt go over there. And then you see this like emblem kind of crudely engraved on the back of her hand. And she puts her hand over it and she goes, I need your help. And she will cast Spiritual Weapon.
Cool.
Because the casting time is a bonus action.
All right. Your spiritual weapon is a physical presence. Physical I use loosely, but it's a presence on the battlefield, as I recall.
It is a spectral weapon.
So we're going
What
to
does it
use.
look like?
Looks like a D4. No, what kind of weapon does it really look like?
Wait, real quick, what was your action again?
My action was casting Guiding Bolt.
Is that a cantrip?
No.
You can't cast 2 spells in a turn. I
Oh,
don't
you
wanna be
can't,
that
even if it's a
guy.
bonus action?
One of them has to be a
I
cantrip.
think it has to be a cantrip.
One of them does have to be a cantrip. That is true.
All right. Then
Not
I
to be
don't
like
cast
a-
Spiritual Weapon yet, but thank you.
Get excited for that D4, kids. Okay. All right. Anything else in your turn?
She'll move up 5 feet. Trying to keep its attention. Awkward eye contact and all that jazz.
Bear.
Okay. Using the guiding bolt, I'm going to take aim with my crossbow and try and shoot a bolt into one of its kinks of armor.
Okay.
All right, let's see how we do here. Thirteen plus 8. 13 plus 8 is a 21, or a 19 plus 8 or 27. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
That absolutely connects.
all right, so
Does
that's
this attack count as magical? Because that's how your crossbow is?
this bolt is just a regular bolt. The next bolt would be a magic bolt.
Okay,
This
so
is just,
what's the damage for this first attack? Then?
1d10. 5. 11. 11 piercing damage from the crossbow.
Nice. Okay, halved.
Halved. Okay. And
This thing is mean.
I'm going to, as I'm going to use my bonus action as I get Boss to take a few steps closer. Again, being on Petra's side, I'm going to bonus action tell him to help. Anything that she does on her next move, she will have the help action of Boss.
What does that mean?
If we can come up with how boss is helping, you get advantage.
Thanks.
I think if you attack, he'll go in and attack with you. And
All right, I got backup. I'm cool.
All right, that moves us down to the armored being once again, who's still trying to break out of this being restrained.
Thank heavens for that.
All right, that is a 22.
Does break free.
All
The
right.
hand is still there.
In that case, he's going to move No,
Ooh. Eye contact, really.
just there. All right.
Oh, he's gonna hit boss with something.
All right, for his first attack, he pulls up his terrible, long, pointed sword with these jagged points sticking out the side.
Ooh.
Rolling an 11 to hit.
Oh no.
Whoosh. Not so. And then, for his second attack, he extends a hand, and thorny vines whip out onto you and past you, 10 feet out, connecting with both.
Awesome.
I need
will-
Constitution saving throws from both you and boss.
Go
There it
ahead.
is.
Go ahead, sir. Constitution 18.
11.
11. All right. You don't take any damage.
Wow.
Boss is going to take 1 point of slashing damage, and his speed is reduced by 10.
Speed reduced.
I would like to use a
It's like his
radiant.
joints are beginning to
He did not hit me.
Okay.
Never mind.
did not hit you. All right, those were his 2 attacks. That's all he's going to do on this turn. Moving down the initiative order then, Sarzi.
And Sarzi's full on panicking at this point. She's, oh, in Cleona's name, he's coming closer, he's coming closer. I don't think we're equipped for this. I don't think we should be doing this. But regardless, she's still gonna kind of bang her staff on the ground a couple times, more like she's just hitting the ground in like a blind panic, and she's gonna move her hand around the orb at the end of the staff. And when she does, not 3, but 4 bolts of light are gonna shoot from the staff and drop down on the thing. That would be a magic missile at 2nd
Nice.
level.
All right.
That just
Yeah,
hits.
Yes.
It just does.
So 44 plus 4.
You heard the 144.
1, 2, 3.
Any more?
Can I borrow one?
Of course. Yeah, for yourself.
4.
Roll them pointies.
Pointies. That's 4, 8, 9, 10, 11.
That's a good roll.
12, 13,
Whoa.
14, 15, 16, 17 damage.
Get it.
And, even after that, she's still frantically banging her staff on the ground.
Unleashing this verbal torrent of how you should not be there and you need to get out of here and this isn't a good situation. Between your sentences, you're flinging these arcane bolts that are arcing over and just impacting on this form. It's knocked back slightly. Yuri.
All right. Still maintaining concentration on the. Let's see. Still maintaining concentration on the Maximilian's Earthen Grasp. Yuri's tail is going to start moving kind of by itself as it plucks magic out of the ether and draws enough energy in, and he's going to unwittingly cast Chaos Bolt. I need to make.
No, keep going. Keep going.
Okay. A little worried now.
I got worried about something, and it was fine.
Okay.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
So I need to make a ranged spell attack against the target. Do I still have advantage? Is there anything giving me advantage? Or is it just a straight roll?
Not at present.
Not present, okay. I'm afraid of that, but whatever.
Guiding.
Wow.
Only
That's a 9 to hit.
Does not connect.
Okay.
Just for the next attack before the
You
end.
compensate to make sure you're not going to connect with any of your friends who are standing so close by.
Okay.
Being a little high.
So once again, it just kind of and fizzles out.
Not again.
I just really want that one to hit because I'm curious about what it will do. That's an 11, so I think we're up to 3 now.
are.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
Yuri is going to very foolishly and bravely charge up to the figure.
Oh,
Can I get within? Okay.
That's
and
25.
Going to cast Shocking Grasp. So once again Yuri's tail is going to kind of twirl around his arcane focus and kind of bop it on the back of the head.
Was one of these a cantrip?
Shocking Grasp is a cantrip, yes. Do I get advantage for flanking, or are we not doing flanking rolls?
You know what? I'll give it to you.
Okay.
hey.
Coolio. All right, that is a 16 plus 6 for a 22 to hit.
22 to hit does
Okay.
connect.
All right, so that does 1d8 lightning damage. So that's 1 point of this little static electricity bop on the back
As
of
you
the
walked up, you're shuffling your feet.
head. Okay. And he cannot take reactions until until its next turn.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So, and I
thank
think, did I
you.
use all my movement to get over there?
No, you used 25 feet.
25? Okay, I'm going to back up 5 feet. And end my
Knowing
turn
you
there.
can't take reactions.
It's a nice thing.
Moving us to Petra.
Cool. So, she has been kneeling down this whole time, and just thorny things are going over her. There was a weird chaos thing happening, and she just holds on to that symbol on the back of her hand, and it appears like she's praying, and she says, "This is to help the people. I need help." And she will cast Spiritual Weapon this time.
What form does your spiritual weapon take?
My spiritual weapon is going to take the form. Does it have to be like a weapon, or can it be like an animal, or?
I think that's
So long as you
Spirit
use the right
Guardians.
stats.
Oh, Spirit
Guardians.
Guardians.
Spirit
animals.
Guardians is more of a form. This is an object.
Okay. It will appear as another double axe, or one of those gigantic great axes.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is just terrifying.
I'm assuming you put it right next to you, also right
Indeed.
next to this
Yes.
golden armor.
And now we are just gonna wail on this thing. She's
All right.
gonna calmly stand up and then just go at him with this great axe.
Make an attack roll.
And could this be when Boss is helping?
Does Boss get to move off of his turn?
Oh,
so.
I wanted him to be up next to her the last turn. He should be
He should have ended, perhaps.
yeah, next to wherever her right side was.
That's your right side.
I am ambidextrous, so.
So if he's not close enough, that's
I don't
fine.
think it works
Okay.
out this time.
Okay.
I'll help keep better track of that in the
Okay.
future.
Cool. That would be a natural 1.
Okay, well, you don't have any allies who are adjacent to the bad guy. However,
Yeah.
you're going to bury your axe into the stone a little bit.
Okay, and then I will. Can my spiritual weapon attack this round?
Your bonus action was to cast it. In
'Kay.
future rounds, your bonus action is to command it.
Awesome. So she gives it all she got, and he just kind of goes. "Meh."
Yeah, he holds up his shield to the side and just deflects it down. All right, Baird.
Okay. First, I'm going to move forward, maybe one more, and then back, so I'm to the side of that pillar right there. I'm going to again use my crossbolt, but I'm going to hold my action until Boss, which I use as a bonus action now to help me distract him enough.
So you can totally have Boss
Yeah.
come up probably over here.
Perfect. Yeah.
In
And
interacting
just start
range.
nipping at his heels so that I get advantage on
You got
my
it.
attack. And then let's let one loose. Natural 20. Hey.
Don't even need advantage. Go ahead and roll that damage dice.
Okay.
And double it.
Oh wait, no, that's a D8. Wrong one.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
7, 1, 8, 8 plus 6, 14. 14 piercing damage.
And this is magical or non-magical?
This would be magical. This is a magic bolt.
Okay. 14 points of damage.
Yeah.
As this bolt just buries in. And as it breaks off a portion of this golden armor plating, you can see what looks like vines wriggling inside.
Interesting.
Oh.
Ew.
I used my bonus action. I used so that's it.
Yeah. We move to the being who is going to attack Petra with
Checks
his
out.
longsword. There's a 19 to hit.
Yes.
I will have Boss use his reaction to deflect attack.
So that's disadvantage.
Give him disadvantage.
Let's roll that again.
Oh. You do care.
That is a 17 to hit.
My armor class is 17.
Poop.
Just connects. All right.
But because it connects, I will use my reaction to shock him. So lose-lose anyway.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
That is 11 points of slashing damage from its first attack.
Oh,
And then go
no.
ahead and roll your shock back.
Yay!
Damage.
Shock back.
This thing's getting shocked.
He does get a dex saving throw.
Okay. That is a modified 20.
Oh yeah, half damage. 8 plus 7 is
15.
Half of that.
7.
Half 15, 7.
7 and a half.
All right. So its sword connects and slashes across, but you force this magical energy back through its sword and shock it, even as
cool.
it's cutting you.
That's really cool.
It's gonna take a second attack,
Oh.
and
May have to.
he's going to throw back his other hand and shoot out vines behind himself.
Dun,
I need
dun.
another con save
From me?
from boss.
Boss?
He's going after boss. Oh.
No,
dang.
nice. 19, 21.
21. Okay. Yep. No damage.
All right. That's just like that.
Just like that.
It's kind of like a dab.
Sarzan. That's my new
I taught him well.
head cannon for boss.
Woof. He's one hip,
Okay.
hip pound.
Starzy's still banging her staff on the ground. Like, we don't even know if we're alone here. Somebody is probably controlling that thing, and more just, it's like a fireworks show. More bolts of energy and matter are just shooting from her staff. So 3 more shoot out for a
All
first
right,
level.
roll them
Oh
d4s.
my gosh.
2, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11 points.
Like, they're probably watching us right now. You know, this could be an ambush. There could be somebody coming up behind us. We don't know. We don't know anything right now. Whoa.
These bolts are impacting. It's starting to look worse for wear as more pieces of this golden metal is starting to chip off and break. And you can see the wriggling
Why are there vines inside? That's so creepy and
All
cool.
right.
I'm not even entirely sure what this thing is.
Anything else?
Orbis is going to flap around again and cast a help action. Do I need to specify helping a particular somebody? Or just...
Is it just the next attack?
It's just the next attack for help. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure we looked that up. Okay.
Yes.
Yuri.
Okay. Yuri is once again going to back up to the pillar. And seeing Orbis flying around, he's like, oh, what a charming bird. Is going to, one more time, spin around in a circle, grab all the magic energy that he can from around, and cast that Chaos Bolt again with advantage.
Oh, is that a sorcery point that's doing
No.
the advantage? No?
No, because of the help action.
Oh, right.
So,
yes.
okay, that's a 19 plus 6.
That will connect.
That'll do it.
25, okay. So, Chaos Bolt.
Have we seen this happen?
On a hit, the target takes 2d8 plus 1d6 damage.
Whoa.
Okay.
2d8 plus 1d6
Okay,
damage.
big shot.
And then I have to roll a d8 to decide what type of damage it is. So it could very well do nothing because he's a construct. 1d8, okay. Okay. So first of all, 7. This is psychic damage.
Oh.
We will see.
No.
Oh, that's not bad at all, though. That is 6 plus 8 plus 4, so that is 18 psychic damage.
Oh.
No! It's a stupid construct.
It totally goes through.
Oh, really? Okay.
Okay.
Woo!
So this wave of energy that just looks like something, some kind of purplish, looks like the cortex of a brain, just erupts from the end of Yuri's arcane focus and just slams into this thing and starts to wobble around and make it kind of jerk like a puppet a little bit.
All right. Yeah, this thing is twitching. It's eerie, to say the least.
Okay.
Wild magic, I believe we're up to 4.
Wild magic. 4. That's an 11 again.
Okay, up to 5.
Something's gonna
And
explode.
then I used Then I used all my.
I don't know what their
All
code
right.
is, but
Yuri will use minor illusion right behind it to make the sound, to try and distract it, essentially, make the sound of shuffling footsteps, see if he can draw a little bit of fire.
All right.
Because I might as well.
Petra.
okay. So first things first, she is going to gesture for her spiritual weapon to
Indeed.
hit that thing.
All right. Attack roll for spiritual weapon.
That. Oh dear. 11.
Nah.
Yeah, no way, no way. But it tried its best. Should I attack it or heal myself?
How bad are you hurt?
It's so hard. Her voice got really high pitched.
Yeah, I have 7 hit points left.
Oh.
Jeez.
Cool. So I'll
Maybe heal yourself.
protect myself or heal myself.
I'd probably heal yourself.
Okay.
You might be down in 1 hit.
Oh.
Well, you do what you need to do. That's you.
You know what?
That's on you.
You do you, boo-boo.
I'm taking a gamble. How bad does this thing look?
I mean, last we checked, it's twitching like some bizarre.
You said
puppet.
some of its armor like got
There have
popped
been
off.
pieces of
Okay.
armor that
Okay.
are knocked off.
Cool. You know what? She's going all in.
Cool.
She is going to cast a Thunder Wave. And it's gonna be great.
Small enclosed cavern.
I might kill
all-
boss.
You can.
Hey, he could take it. He could take
direct
it. You could
What?
probably.
No,
direct-
Is it a
just
cone?
It's a 15-foot cube.
Oh,
my
just
friend.
around you.
Oh.
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah. So my spiritual weapon doesn't take any damage, but I'm pretty sure boss will. But we're going all in.
Okay.
Do it.
All right.
Boy,
Boss can be fixed.
don't constructs take extra damage from this?
What was that?
Nothing.
Did you say do constructs take less damage?
Do they take? I thought they took extra damage from this.
We'll
But they have
find out,
disadvantage on the saving throw or something. Is that right?
We shall find out.
Constitution check, please.
Oh, so mine
All right,
has to
so
make
you
it-
cast Thunder Wave.
I cast Thunder Wave.
All right, so con save for boss as well, correct?
And boss.
Okay.
Good luck, boss.
9, 11.
No.
I'm gonna get
No,
hit.
sweetie. No.
It uses its spell immunity.
Oh no!
You see this wave of thunder warp around it as this wave of force closes again behind it and passes, hitting boss.
Oh my goodness.
How much damage does boss take?
Boss!
Dude, I'm sorry,
Oh,
man.
you know what? There's an owl there too. Is it only ground-based animals?
50
Oh,
foot.
no. Yeah, we
Cube.
need to roll for the hovering owl too.
Oh no!
Con
Oh
save.
no!
See, that's
Orbis.
fine. Plus,
10.
You're pushed 10 feet away.
So
Boss
I
is
take 10 damage.
Yeah, boss takes 10 damage and
I
is
get
pushed into
pushed.
the altar.
Some sparks.
It's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Petra!
I did. She turns around. She turns around and looks at you. That I did not do that on purpose.
Orbis disappears in a puff of feathers.
Oh, you also that question that I asked you earlier about like what would happen if your familiar died? That was no way foreshadowing
He
this.
just screams in frustration from where she is.
Okay, all right, okay, all right. We're learning. We're learning things. We're learning
I'm
things
sorry you
today.
didn't portend that.
Baird.
Okay,
Oh
using a regular bolt, I'm going to once again hold my action and boss, I need you on this one. Get back in the fray and send him forward once again using the help to,
no! Give you advantage.
yeah, and then I will
I don't
shoot
deserve
the bolt.
it.
He's
His speed is still reduced by 10, but it's a really close distance.
15 or 1, so it's okay, so 15 plus 8. 23.
23 will connect.
Okay.
Damage.
6 plus 12. 12 piercing.
Okay, and you said this was not?
This is just a regular bolt.
Okay. All right. Impacts burying itself into the vines.
Nice. And then movement, I'm gonna just take maybe 5 steps back. I wanna just put some more space. Yeah.
Okay. Which takes us to the golden armor. He's going to swing his long sword around again, bringing it to bear on Petra. That is a 24 to hit
Oh no!
See you later, guys.
No!
with 10 points of slashing damage.
Oh yeah, I'm down.
Okay, Petra is unconscious. Your spiritual weapon disappears.
I should have taken a nap.
Also, I just want to call to attention, like, this is the coolest, like, mecha battle I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, we literally have a
Robots
mecha
all
battle
over the
going
place.
on.
All right. For its second attack, since the only being that is still left there, it's going to shoot back its vine attack again against Boss. So I need another Constitution saving throw.
You got this, boss.
Come on, boss. Come on, boss. Dang.
That's not good
4,
enough.
that's a 6.
That's a 6. Okay. So Boss takes 1 more point of damage, and his speed is currently reduced to 0.
Okay, so it's stuck there. Do I still get, I just can't move? I can still, like, bite and stuff?
That's
okay.
correct. He cannot move.
Okay, okay.
His joints are beginning to seize, and you can see poking out through some of these open gashes and the wounds that he's taken. You can see bits of wood
Bits of wood in the...
poking out of Boss.
Oh.
In his
Oh,
open
no.
wounds.
Oh, no!
His limbs are freezing up
Oh, I don't like
as
this.
the wood is starting to grow
Oh, my
over him.
goodness. Okay.
Moving down the initiative order, then, that is Sarzi.
All right. Sarzi falters for a second in her frantic banging, and she's gonna, like, I was gonna promise him that he could go out tonight. He did so much. You know, she's not gonna complete her thought after that. She's just gonna, like, bang again, like, really hard, and when she does, 4 more bolts of energy are gonna come out. Magic missile at 2nd level. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Damn.
16 points of damage.
Nuts.
She is angry.
I can't blame her.
You unleash your first bolt. Its right arm blows off as wriggling vines just stick out. You unleash your second bolt, blowing it in the shoulder, and a huge chunk of just plant and metal flings out the back. Sarzi, finish him.
Yeah.
And she's at this point, like, she's just absolutely livid. She just saw her little owl puff into a puff of smoke. And granted, it wasn't the construct's fault that it died, but she's still pretty unhappy about it. So she's stomping forward with the last 2 steps. And as she does, she bangs her staff once and twice, and the bolts come forward. And they kind of swirl around each other like rockets before they converge onto a single point and just bam, right into its chest. And she's gonna be like, this is for Orbis, you know.
All right. Pelting it in the chest as it blows apart. Gold and chunks of vine just raining down, blasting out behind it. You hear the sound of wood on stone gently tapping. And as you look back up the corridor that you came down from, you see a very short, shadowy figure with a staff that's about twice as tall as it is. And it stops and looks out over at all of you. Well, it seems we keep running into each other then, don't we?
You.
And that's where we'll end tonight's adventure.
Oh, no!
Did I die?
Did you die?
You're unconscious.
This
You're
isn't
unconscious.
Hex.
Frisbee!
This isn't it. All right. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. We really appreciate you spending the evening with us. We've had a good time. We hope you have too. We'll have to reconvene next Wednesday. See what happens.
So sorry.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
All right. So before we sign off, we wanted to say thanks again.
Thank you so much.
Please tune in
Thank you.
this Friday at 7 p.m.
They're a talented bunch.
for some new friends and new adventures. Totally different campaign, set in the same mythical world. It'll be good times. But until next time,
Don't worry, I'll get you, I'll get you.
I still haven't thought up a catchphrase.
That's it. Still
Join us
thought of a
next
catchphrase.
time. It's a natural 20.
Good night, folks.
Night.
See ya.
Night,
See ya. Good night.